What's going on, dudes and dudettes? So USC is out there in Greece having a little bit of a vacation slash trying to test out some of the new players right now, getting some role with some of the semi-professional teams out there. I don't really know how old those guys are that they're playing, but I believe they played the same team. It has the same name, Mega MIS, but they were able to get those victories. First game barely won, 76-73. Second one a little bit more handled, 71-62. So either way, it's a nice workout for them before officially getting onto campus. Yeah, you kind of do your summer workouts and stuff, but might as well go do it in style out there in Greece if you're USC basketball. So maybe it's another ploy to try to get some other recruits to come into USC in the future if they're going to be doing stuff like that overseas. But I did see other teams like Kentucky and Purdue, even teams like Purdue like that, are going overseas to play some of these teams as well. And usually the U.S. teams are winning, but either way, it's a nice thing to get out there and see what else. And maybe it's like an extra little bit of incentive for the coach actually of the team that's going over there from the college to maybe recruit some of those guys as well. So you never know. And yes, you heard me talk about Cooper Flagg, the other video about him visiting visiting Duke unofficially. And yes, some more big news actually came out from his camp that he is going to be reclassifying to the 2024 class. He was supposedly going to graduate as a senior in 25, but was able to work stuff out. Got his schooling done early, and he's going to graduate a year early, so now he's going to be part of next year's class. And I was always kind of wondering why Duke's class only had two guys, Harris and I believe it was Evans as well, a shooting guard and a small forward. But now it kind of makes sense if they had this thing in the works that he might be committing to the 2024 class. And a lot of crystal balls have been saying that they're predicting like 4+, at least as of when I got that image that where he was going to go to Duke. So it's looking like a nice positive thing for the Blue Devils soon. Hopefully we get some news about that eventually, but yeah, definitely looking positive as in that point for him. And then another top center in that 2024 class, I want to get his name correctly, Flory Bedunga. He cut his schools down to 4 about last week, and then now it says they don't have an official date, but it seems like at some point, anytime soon, he will be announcing or committing soon to one of those 4 schools. And even like, again, crystal ball predictions, at least 3 of them were saying he was going to go and choose Duke as well. So at some point in the future, yeah, Duke will need another center because I'm pretty sure some of the other guys are going to jump suit really quickly after this season anyways. But yeah, overall, to be able to get, 2 5-star players, one that was even going to be a future 5-star, but 2 5-stars in that 2024 class will be pretty nice next year for Coach Shire and the Duke Blue Devils. And Caleb Williams, I believe it was today or last night, he was recently named to the Walter Camp Award watch list, which goes out, I believe, to one of the top offensive players or top quarterback. It's either one or the other, probably top offensive player in college football. So not surprising that he is on that list. So congrats to him. And then their senior center, Justin Dedich, was also named to the Remington Award watch list, which goes out to the best center in all of college football. So that's a nice get for him. Kalen Bullock, their top safety, was named to the Jim Thorpe Award watch list, which goes out to the best defensive back. So be a little bit more crowded competition. You have the corners and safeties in there, but he was named as one of the watch list participants. So that's pretty cool for him. And then running back Austin Jones, the senior, was named to the Doak Walker Award watch list, which goes out to the best running back in all of college football. So that's really cool. Definitely looking forward to seeing if those guys can get on the, the final 3 or final 5 of the watch list for all those that they made. So hoping for the best for my USC Trojans. And I believe the other day too, Riley Leonard was also named to that Davey O'Brien Award watch list, which goes out to the best college quarterback in all of college. So he's the quarterback out of Duke. So I got to show him some love as well, because I expect some pretty big things for him and the Duke Blue Devils later this year. And House of Victory had a couple of not regular signings. They went for 2 baseball players this week. They usually go for football, but pretty nice to get some more sports added in there into the mix. So they went after a pitcher and Tyler Stromsburg. and an outfielder in Carson Wells. Haven't heard of either of those guys, but I'm pretty sure they were talented enough to be able to get onto this collective deal. So either way, it's a nice get for House of Victory and then moving forward to get these athletes some more money. The Anaheim Ducks signed a veteran goalie the other day in Alex Stalak. I believe that's how you say it. I think it was most recently with the Chicago Blackhawks, so maybe just because it's a one-year deal, it's just going to be a bench guy in case of emergency for injuries to the starter. But yeah, it's a little signing, a little bit of news for the Anaheim Ducks. And then On3 Recruiting put out their 2024 recruiting updated list of where the teams are ranked with the certain players that they already have in that 2024 class in the future. And according to if they added the teams in now, USC would be number 5 overall, which is still pretty good for it being your first time in a new conference. But yeah, sadly, because Oregon did join the conference, now they're ranked one spot ahead of them. So it's kind of weird that I think it's still Ohio State and Michigan are still higher up on next year's recruiting class. But I don't know. We'll see how it all shakes out in the end. And then CBS Sports did a prediction about whether New Year's 6 games, who the teams are going to be in those games, as well, those 12 teams. And of course, USC did make it, luckily, but they're going to be playing in the Fiesta Bowl against Boise State, so it didn't seem like they made the Final Four. The teams that looked like they made the Final Four were kind of sketchy to me, because it was Alabama, Georgia, Michigan, and Ohio State, which doesn't make sense because I know Michigan and Ohio State play each other, so they should cancel each other out. And then Alabama and Georgia should either meet in the SEC championship game. So they're basically saying that one of these teams can lose to the other, and they're still going to be put into the Final Four, even if somehow, I'm assuming they say USC doesn't go undefeated, which is why they're able to put them, comparing them as a one-loss team in the end, at the end of the season. But I don't know, I would still think it's BS. It's kind of like how TCU sort of stayed in the Final Four, even though they lost in the championship game. They didn't even win their Big 12 championship game, but they were still put in there because they were still the number 3 team or something like that. That's why USC would have vaulted into the Final Four with them losing and USC beating Utah, but we already know why. Injuries to Caleb and all that, why USC lost. But yeah, either way, I still think it's kind of sketchy that you have those 4 up there in your Final Four, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And yes, the Lakers did make some breaking news the other day that they are finally going to put up a Kobe Bryant jersey, which will also commemorate when he was wearing both number 8 and 24. So that'll be cool. I don't think they would put 2 different faces or different hairstyles. They'd probably put the number 8 jersey and then the 24, switch sides front and back. That'll be pretty nice. And then they also said they're going to incorporate his daughter Gigi as well, who sadly passed away that day with him. So that'll be pretty cool that they're going to commemorate both of them in that. And of course, it's going to be on a perfect day. Maybe they had this day scheduled even way back then when they knew they were already going to do a statue of him. But it's August 8th, 2024, so next year. But of course, 8/8/24. I'm kind of surprised if they're incorporating Gigi. It wasn't the second, because I think number 2 was her number. But either way, it's still going to commemorate both of them. And obviously, one of the greater Lakers, especially of my generation, Kobe Bryant as well. So definitely looking forward to that in the near future. I mean, it's actually a year away, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.